So let's talk about diving in the Galapagos. Diving in the Galapagos is arguably one of the best diving sites that we can find in the world, and for me particularly, it's one of the activities that I enjoy the most out here in the archipelago. Diving in the Galapagos it needs to be said, it's for a little bit more advanced divers, so this is something you will need to take in account. We're talking about maybe at least 100 dives of experience, 60 to 100 dives of experience. It will vary depending on which ship you're cruising with, and also which time of the year you come, right? Towards the ends of July all the way to November, December, the conditions tend to be a little bit stronger for the ocean, stronger currents. We're talking about 3-4 knots current at a time, sometimes even more, right? But this great amount of current is what brings all of this activity, all of this life here in the Galapagos, which is is an astounding experience to have. If you're looking for a little bit more benign conditions, not so challenging, then you want to come in the low season, right? Here, which would be towards the February, March, April, until June. It is a little bit nicer. It's warmer waters, not such strong winds, not such strong currents, right? But still you get to have some of the best quality diving you can expect to have. Now, diving cruises, they will be typically lasting 8 days. This can be modified a little bit if you want. It can be extended up to 10 days with some extra charge. But it's some of the best diving in the world. As I mentioned, we'll be spending 2 to 3 days, again varying a little bit depending on the ship you're going, but at least 2 to 3 days in Wolf and Darwin Island, which would be some of the most famous dive sites in the world. They are particularly known for the great amount of sharks, particularly scalloped hammerheads, right, in greater numbers, schoolings of hundreds of individuals. For me personally, this is one of the experiences that I most enjoy in the Galapagos, is watching this wall of hammerheads just passing by, minutes over minutes of sharks all over the place. Apart from these scalloped hammerheads, the whale shark is also one of the huge highlights here in the islands. Whale sharks, you will need to come during the Humboldt season, which starts towards the end of July, goes all the way to December. This is the time when you get to have these amazing sightings of mostly pregnant females, right, of giant whale sharks. We're talking about the 15 meter animal. It's a boss underwater. Regardless of which time of the Galapagos you come, we'll have something to offer you, most definitely. Some of the best diving in the world, and I'm pretty sure you will enjoy it anytime when you come. See? So diving, how does diving cruises work in the Galapagos? We have 2 airports where you'll be arriving, either at Baltra Island, right, the largest of the airports, or the San Cristobal Island. Different cruises, different ships will be starting off of different starting points. Typically, the way these 7 to 8 day cruise works is that the first day you're collected at the airport, you're greeted by your guide, right, and then you go straight to the ship. Once you're in the ship, this first day is used to do a check dive, make sure that all of the equipment is working. If you brought your own equipment, if you need to rent equipment, it can be provided on board. You just need to let whomever is working with you, let them know this. You can rent equipment on board, and then you do a checkout dive, following by 6 days of diving. Usually the way this starts is you start very early in the morning, you do a dive at around 6 or 6:30 in the morning, followed by a breakfast, a second dive in the morning as well, lunch, and 2 dives in the afternoon. Normally this can vary a little bit depending on the site, and the idea is that you want to do most of the diving during the day, obviously, because at night you're navigating or cruising from place to place. 7-8 days diving, which are usually accompanied by a visit in the last day, a land visit on a different island. It could be Santa Cruz or it could be San Cristobal. So if you're looking for, this is what you're looking for, you want some adventure underwater, please contact us, and we'll be happy to find you a correct ship for you and your time, and for the best itinerary we can.